Welcome to my channel, The Three Mountains. My name is White Eagle. Today we continue with the topic of intentional imagination as part of opening the inner mind. So let's get started. The Enlightened Mind, Part 2. The first practice to remember past life involves retrospection. In this practice, Master Samal says that involves sitting in meditation, being sleepy. Then we begin the practice by going back from this very moment in our life and seeing everything as much as we can remember. Just a moment. We must go all the way back to our childhood and early childhood until the moment of our birth, if we can remember that. Then, being very sleepy, we must try to imagine our previous death. We notify our being during the whole practice that we want to remember our previous existence. The hope is for our consciousness to yield its memories, yes, our past memories, in the form of images and words. We must persist in this practice until it gives results. Now, Master Samal continues by saying, "It is of no use to tell a person about her previous lives, and in practice I realize that it is absurd. What really helps is for each one of us to remember his past lives, and one must begin with the previous life." Now we have a second practice, meditation practice. So lie down comfortably on your bed with your arms and legs very relaxed and with a light, relaxed body, and then concentrate on the last moment of your past life, on the last second. This exercise should be done when you feel sleepy. You can use the mantra Raum, Gaum. The concentration on the last moment of your past life must be very deep, right? Now I stop here just to say that this mantra is very powerful to remember astral experiences. So if you wake up one morning and you don't remember anything, start repeating this mantra, and like a flash, it will come back to you in your memory. Yes. Now, it may be possible during those moments to be able to leave the physical body, and you will be able to see yourself on the deathbed, surrounded by relatives. You will hear again the same words they said, etc., etc. Another random day, do the same exercise in order to remember one single moment. The memories of the past life will come like pictures, scenes, happenings, until they will complete the whole memory of one past life. Once the whole memory of your past life is complete, going backwards from old age to maturity, youth, childhood, birth, then you will be able to continue with the antepenultimate one. And like this, you will remember the lives until you will remember all of them. The mantras are Raum, Gaum. This is worth the effort. Let us remember through ourselves directly. Let us become conscious of our past lives and not let someone else come and tell us. These are the words of Master Samal. And I put this image of somebody, and he has already remembered 4 of his lives. Yes. Master Kuenkanku, for example, he mentions that in one of his lives he was a general in China, a very famous general. Now, my words. I want to tell you from my personal experience what I know about remembering past lives. I know that those of you who have entered the path of the 3 mountains in the superior dimensions will be shown at some point inside the first mountain who you were in a previous life. Not just who you were in one life, but in different existences as well as you keep climbing. And just a moment. The reason I say this is that I lived in different places as I was doing the path, and I got to know that I lived in this town or that town or city in a previous life. So you will recognize places, although this is the first time you're visiting that place in this life. So you will have like a deja vu, yeah, and you will feel as if you've been there before. This will help you open your inner mind during the meditation practices given here. And of course, you will remember your past life. Now, in my case, I really wanted to know. And the first thing I did back in 2002 was to try an astral projection and meet Master Rabalu. Master Samal mentions Rabalu in his books, and his teachings were easier for me to understand than the books of Master Samal. I confess that. So I felt I could reach Master Rabalu and ask him in the astral about myself, who I was. That became my plan. Remember, I had just started the path and I was a total beginner. So one night, after many failed attempts, I managed to astral project, and I immediately asked my being, take me to Master Rabalu. So this is the technique. Once you wake up in the astral, if you want to meet with the master, you ask your being, take me there. Yes, and you mention the name of the master. I remember flying and landing on a patch of grass. There, Master Rabalu appeared. He looked like an old man of about 60 years old, and was accompanied by another elderly man who looked like 80 years old, and this was the being of Master Rabalu. Both of them were dressed in plain brown shepherd's clothes, like in the picture I'm showing. Rabalu looked at me, and there was silence, so my time to ask came. I want to know who am I said. He was about to reply when the elder man who was accompanying him started coughing and coughing. Yes, and I put this image. And Master Rabalu turned his head towards his companion and was patting him on the back. Out of respect, I thought that it was not proper to speak, so I remained silent and was waiting for the cough to stop. I was waiting and waiting for Master Rabalu to turn his attention once more to me and give me my answer. But the coughing kept going, and I was there standing and waiting until I felt a pull, and my physical body brought me back to my bed, of course. So it was a huge disappointment for me after all the effort I had put to astral project and meet the master just for nothing. That was my thought at the time, and I did not know that there was a meditation practice to achieve this knowledge of past lives. So I stopped inquiring about who I was, or rather I did not care anymore, and I just focused on doing the path and continued to kill my egos. Now I put here something for you to notice. Notice that if you're in the astral, a self-realized master will be wearing shining, luminous white clothes, yes, when you meet the master. And his being would be not dressed in rags, as Master Samai says. So I learned this later on along the path and became more aware and suspicious of who I was meeting and talking to in the astral, especially if that person claims to be a self-realized master. Okay, so don't make the same mistake I did back in 2002. Just keep asking your being to show you who you were in the past during your meditation practice. As I said in my previous video on meditation, meditation can be used to look for specific information, or your being shows you suddenly one day shows you new information. So one night I woke up in the astral, and I was a little girl of about 9 years old playing in a pool, and there were snakes inside that pool. I wasn't afraid, but as I was going under the water, I could hear my mom calling my name. So I came back to my physical body and I investigated that name, and I found out that my first life was in Egypt. On another occasion, I discovered another life I had because many years ago, one day I started drawing my husband's face, trying to capture his essence. and I started wondering, who was he in the past? Was he really with me in a past life? I could not really, believe that. Because Master Samal says that we meet our spouses again in every life, and we have unfinished business with them. So in the astral, I was shown I lived in France, and he was visiting me often, asking for my hand in marriage. And one day, due to his persistence, I said yes. So this is why I have managed to verify by myself the return of all things. We repeat our lives like actors inside a film. Now, this is the end now of the video. Master Samar continues. Similarly, this exercise will take us further. It will also allow us to capture each one of our previous lives. Thus, we will recollect and verify by direct vivid experience the reality of the law of the eternal return of all things. Thus, it is not the intellect, not with the sensual mind, that can precisely verify these realities. With intellect, we can discuss this topic to affirm it or deny it, but that is not verification. Yes, so for verification of cosmic truths, we need to open the inner mind. So this is my email for inquiries, the3mountains19@gmail.com. And if you are new and you just found this video and would like to know more Gnostic teachings, so click on my photo below and you will be redirected to all my videos. Please start with video number 1 if you want to know about the path of the 3 mountains. Thanks for watching.